Phasmophobia.
Humans have been trying to scare each other through fiction for forever. Old stories of ghosts and monsters, horror films, horror video games.
Turn it up a little bit, man. Hold on.
There is a wide repertoire of things designed to scare us. Humans have gotten really good at it too. And despite all the endless trash that seems to come from the horror genre, there are still some real gems out there. But as scary as these creations can be, unfortunately, when it comes to what scares me, what truly keeps me up at night, when it comes down to fiction versus reality, fiction just can't compete.
Bruh. Not with the water, bro. Like, look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit, bro. Bro. Hell nah, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be panicking, bro. Like, bro, I do not like the water, bro. Like, I do not like knowing what's underneath my feet, bro. Like, yo, if I'm out in the middle of the ocean, bro, hey, yo, I swear, bro, if I'm stranded, bro. Like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do, bro. I don't know, bro. I would be panicking, bro. It's like, yo, like, bro, bro, this be blowing my mind, like how the water got like levels to it, bro. Like the water really got levels to it, yo. Like there's probably like a whole nother level into this, and then probably a whole nother level underneath that, bro. And it's like, yo, bruh. The water is just crazy, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. I do not like the water, bro.
What is the worst way to die? You might cite radiation poisoning or some obscure medieval torture, and those would be right to put high on the list. But a far more likely, and still considerably unpleasant way to die, is drowning. There's something eerie about drowning. People who drown often do so alone. People who know how to swim may be overconfident in their abilities, and are more likely to swim alone or beyond their physical capabilities. Unsupervised children especially are at a great risk, and it doesn't even take a large amount of water to drown. When people who have drowned are pulled out from the water, there's no purposeful signs of maliciousness.
Your feet could be touching the bottom of the water, bro. Like, let's say you in a lake, like, let's say you in like a stream, like a river, like a stream coming down, and it's deep, but it's not that deep, right? It's deep enough though to the point where it's like on your neck and stuff, right? But your feet still touching the bottom, bro. But let's say that jump going down, bro, like the water can pull you, my nigga. Like, yo, the water can just pull you, bro, like down into the bro, like cyclones, bro, like a water cyclone, bro. Like how them joints is like, you feel me? Them joints pull you down, bro. It's like a water tornado, bro. Like, no, bro. Like water is just so powerful,
even though bodies
bro.
damaged
so
by
crazy,
passing
bro.
debris can cause wounds that seem intentional. Drowning is just a simple result of our biology subjected to environments we weren't built for. Corpses decompose far differently in water than in air. The most well-known change is the wrinkling of skin, but there's also things like discoloration and adiposity wax buildup. Gases are released during decomposition, which causes bodies to bloat and rise to the surface. The longer a body is not recovered, the more distorted it will become. And while that's all quite unpleasant, I think the greatest factor to drowning's perceived eeriness...
Yo, you could be walking in this, bro. Slip one time, you're done. Slip one time, bro, you're done, bro. You're done. You're getting pulled with the water, bro. You're getting pulled with the water, bro.
Is the tragedy of it all.
Especially if that
There's usually
deep,
not
bro.
someone or something to blame directly for the death. It's more often than not accidental. All it takes is one mishap, one small lapse in judgment for fatal results.
Bro, that water.
It's likely you've tried to hold your breath underwater just to see how long you could last. First you feel calm and collected. You might be able to do this for a few minutes maybe. You use this opportunity to dive deeper into the water. But sooner rather than later you start to lose energy. And then the pain starts. That awful, squeezing pain. You feel it in your chest, in your throat. You start to feel dizzy. Your brain starts screaming at you that you need to ascend, and ascend quickly. Maybe you've gone down a bit too far, and you look above and realize that you might be in trouble. You start swimming.
Bro, that's
You let the last of your air
craziest.
out.
Oh my
and
God.
then the panic sets in.
Oh
It seems you can't ascend
God.
fast enough. You're
My
literally in
gosh, bro. Imagine, bro. Like, yo, let's say, you in the water. Let's say you save somebody or something, or like your boat fell off, bro. You underneath the water, bro. You down there, yo, and then you feel me? You swimming up. You swimming up. You swimming up. You feel me? You feel me? You on your last breath of holding your air, and like you feel me? All that shit about to come out. All that shit about to come out, bro. And you just going up. Going up. Now then you feel me, your body just give up. Your body just give up, and now you just got water coming in. You're like, bro, it's just like, yo, like, bro, like, yo, that like the water, like the surface is right there. You like, bro, like, yo, that shit be crazy. It's just crazy, bro.
Deep.
I do not like the
This is
water,
it.
bro. Like, yo, drowning.
But if you're listening to this
all
video
that,
right now, it
it's
means you
scary,
made
bro.
it. That experience is frightening,
It's
yes, but if
scary,
you're
bro.
smart, you never do it in places where there's serious danger. You'll either do it around people, in a public pool, or in a relatively shallow body of water. But in places where someone is really in too deep. In scenarios where someone is truly
like
trapped.
and it's I don't like how it's different. It be different colors of water, bro. Like you got the green murky water, and then you got like the crystal blue, and then you just got like the blue where it's just like, you feel me, you look under, it's just straight darkness. Like, bro, it's like, yo, the different kinds of bodies of water. Like the ones I don't like the most are the green, this and the ocean, bro. Cause like this, yo, a crocodile or a snake can just fume, or a shark fume. You wouldn't even see that motherfucker coming.
I can imagine that the panic you feel while voluntarily holding your breath for a bit too long isn't even 1% of the terror one feels when they are truly trapped and drowning.
Can't see anything.
In 2013,
bro.
a Nigerian tugboat sunk with 12 seamen on board. After it had sunk, the vessel's cook, Harrison Okene, managed to find an air pocket in the bow of the ship, and through some ingenuity and luck, managed to survive for 3 days in a cold, dark room, sustaining himself with a single can of Coke, rapidly running out of air, and with the constant threat of the room suddenly filling with water. But eventually, he was miraculously rescued by divers when he reached out for them from his airtight room. While the story itself is remarkable, I cannot overstate how horrific that experience must have been. Throughout this man's ordeal, I can only imagine the type of mental anguish he must have felt. Not only was it likely he was going to die either from hypothermia, suffocation, or drowning, he got the rare opportunity to think about dying in those wonderful ways for 60 grueling hours. It's no wonder he still has nightmares and vowed never to return to the sea. This is a rare incidence of survival, but it makes you wonder about if there are any other cases like this where people got trapped in an air pocket, but they didn't get rescued. But how would we be able to know? I mean, we can guess with probabilities and things like that, but how can we truly know about any scenarios like this if we never eventually rescue them and hear their story? Right?
Like, bro, imagine how many people have died in the water, bro, and you don't even know. You feel me? You don't even know that they died in the water. You don't even know. You feel me? They just gone, bro. Like, I've seen some, bro, where like the dude it was in some ice. I don't know. He was somewhere, bro. It was ice everywhere, bro. You feel me, bro? It looked like it was gonna be shallow, bro. It looked like it was like a little pond, bro, like a little stream pond or whatever, bro. Yo, the nigga put a pickaxe in there, bro. And he went so deep. His whole arm was underneath this shit, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, imagine, you walk in one day and you feel me? It's a little pond right there. It's like a little pond right there, right? Little puddle. Step in them over, your whole foot go down there, bro. Like, bro. Like, have you ever been walking in the grass, bro, and it's been like wet, bro, and like, you feel me? It's like water still on the grass, and then like, you feel me? You just walk in, bro, and you freaking your whole foot going to the freaking. You thinking it's just like water? You think it's just water right there? It's a little bit of water. You step on it, and you just sinking, bro. No, bro, no. Like, it's gonna be crazy,
when the
bro.
Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, they destroyed or damaged 19 ships. One of those ships was the USS West Virginia, which was struck by torpedoes 7 times and sunk. As the ship began to list, prompt damage control efforts initiated by Lieutenant John S. Harper saved it from capsizing. This was done by closing all the hatch compartments and counterflooding the starboard side of the ship. These actions undoubtedly saved hundreds of lives. The USS West Virginia burned for 30 hours. Then when the fires were extinguished on December 8th and things quieted down, a noise could be heard. There was a faint banging noise that among the chaos could have easily been mistaken for a piece of loose rigging slapping against the hull. It soon dawned on shipmates near the scene that men were trapped 40 feet down in a closed airtight storeroom in the bow of the ship. Unfortunately, any rescue efforts were near impossible. Cutting a hole would rapidly flood the room, and using a torch would ignite trapped gases, causing an explosion. These sailors, who were eventually revealed to be Ronald Endicott, Clifford Olds, and Lewis Costin, were truly trapped. When the WV was eventually salvaged 6 months later by pumping out enough water for it to partially float, the 3 bodies were found in the small compartment. However, this scene was unlike most. Flashlight batteries and empty ration cans littered the floor. But on the wall was the most haunting discovery: a calendar covered in red X's, starting from December 7th and ending on December 23rd. These 3 men had sat trapped underwater in the bow of the ship, slowly dying for 16 days.
My nigga, it's 2 weeks and 3 days, my nigga. Or 2 days, my nigga. What the fuck, my nigga? What the fuck, bruh?
The Navy told the parents of the men that they had died on December 7th, but after the discovery, only some of the family members ever found out. The information was purposefully withheld. Only some of the parents of the men that they had died on December.
Why would they lie and tell them they died on December 6th? Like, bro, just be honest, bro. Like, why you gotta lie to the family?
But after the discovery, only some of the family members ever found out. The information was purposefully withheld by some relatives to spare them the grief. As of this video, all their headstones say they died December 7th. It's hard to imagine the anguish those men must have felt for that length of time. It was also difficult for the men on guard duty to hear the banging noise day after day, knowing nothing could be done. But the level of suffering those men must have experienced is quite unthinkable. Not only were they truly trapped, like Okene, once the thought crossed their minds that they might not be rescued, they must have experienced psychological torture on a level I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. Not only were they going to die, they apparently got to think about dying in that small, dark hole underwater.
Dude, gotta imagine, bro. Imagine being trapped in a box for weeks, nigga. Like, bro, if you ain't in tune with yourself, bro, you will go fucking crazy, bro. You will go fucking crazy, bro. Because first of all, you don't even know what time it is. First of all, and second, you don't got. He said it's a dark. He said they was in a dark room, or was there light in there? It don't matter either way, bro. You in the room, you're trapped. You can't get out. You feel me? You got limited amount of food. You got no activities to do. Like, bro, yo, and you just slowly dying, bro. That is tough, bro.
For more than 2 weeks.
Tough right there.
What is the worst way to die? Well, I would certainly put that high on the list. It's stories like this that make you wonder why thalassophobia isn't more common. Thalassophobia is an intense and persistent fear of the sea. This can include the fear of deep bodies of water.
And another thing too, but you don't even know what's in the water, bro. Like, bro, we don't really know what's in the water, bro. Like, bro, the water goes so deep, bro. They probably really do got mermaids. Fucking nigga, they probably got some probably sleep down there. Man, some probably is down there sleeping. Or some, bro. Some down there is chilling right now, bro. You feel me? And whenever the time, I guarantee you something gonna come out of the water one day, bro. I guarantee you some big old monster or something gonna come out the water, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, watch, bro. Watch.
Of the sea.
Watch,
sea
bruh.
creatures and distance
like,
from land.
This
is different from aquaphobia, which is a fear of
water is too big for there not to be some type of crazy leviathan, sea creatures, some in there, bro. It's bro. I'm telling you, bro, it's some in the water, bro. There's some in
Water
the water that
itself,
we just don't know about
drowning,
yet.
getting stranded, or getting trapped underwater in the vast, hostile environment of the sea are some of the many good reasons to fear it. And while yes, it wasn't the sea itself that killed those 3 men, the sea certainly aided in their entrapment. I don't believe I have thalassophobia. While on occasion I do fear being stranded in the middle of the ocean, or being attacked by a monstrous sea creature while swimming, or somehow being sucked down to the bottom of the sea floor, these feelings are neither intense nor persistent, less intense when I'm on land, and more so when I'm swimming in the ocean, understandably. If you got me thinking about it for a while, I might get pretty anxious, but my rational thinking is simply too overpowering for me to truly start to panic over those things. I will likely never work on a battleship. I doubt I'm going to pursue marine biology and get the opportunity to be in a submersible, and the likelihood of getting swallowed by an enormous sea creature is, well, slim to say the least. While the ocean is just a few hours from where I live, when I've swam in it, my thoughts of danger are usually overpowered by the fact that, hey, playing in relatively shallow water is fun, but that fear is still there. It lingers in the back of my ape brain, occasionally.
Man, I don't like the ocean water in general, bro, because, like, even in shallow water, bro, you can still get attacked by sharks, stingrays, jellyfish, bro, you can still get attacked. You can still get attacked, bro. Like, it don't matter, bro, how deep other water you is, bro. You can get bit by nigga. Hey, you just don't know, bro. You just don't know, bro. Like I like the beach. I like the going in the water and jump. Like, you feel me? Of course, bro. But like, yo, bro, like. Bro, let me find a let me see a jellyfish start swimming next to me. I'm out that motherfucker. Like,
revealing itself anytime I see a particularly eerie deep water photo. Now, don't get me wrong, if you tried to put me in one of those submarines with the big glass domes that descend into the ocean a mile or two, you'd better believe you'd get a fight from me. But is that because I fear the ocean, or more because I fear being crammed into a tiny vessel and descending into complete darkness where I face the possibility of the vessel and subsequently my own body being crushed like a soda can? My relationship with the ocean in general is equal parts fascination and fear. Fear of the vast emptiness in general is equal parts fascination and fear.
What is that? What is that?
Fear of the vast emptiness, the otherworldly environment, and fascination with those same things. I haven't had any traumatic experiences with the ocean in the past, so I always wondered precisely what might have given me such a fear, even if it's mild. I will probably never know exactly what it was that gave me this sense of anxiety, but I can point to a few things.
But like, bro, really think about this too, bro. Like, bro, what if, like, yo, deep water was like, let's say, like, the real abyss, like down there in the ocean, bro, like that deep shit, bro. Cause like, what they say is the deepest? Oh, what, the marina, the what is it? The marina trench? I forgot how you say it. Something like that. The marina, something like that. But don't they say like that's the deepest part of the ocean? Like, don't they say that, bro? Like, bro, what if like the creatures down there are so big that, like, you feel me? They eat, like, you feel me? Like, they have to live down there to survive type shit. Like, you feel me? What if they just have to live down there to survive type shit? Cause the food up top ain't big enough. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause you gotta actually question yourself too. Like, why do great whites? Why does fish just stay at their normal levels? You feel me? Like, why do fish stay at their normal levels? Like, you'll see like I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, the same surface dwelling fish that you see, like you feel me, that you see them on top, bro. Like, what if there's, like, you feel me, a whole nother life down there in the bottom, bro? Like, that is what's, boy, that would be blowing my mind, bro. Cause, like, yo, I swear, one day if a fucking, like, something come out that water, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Always had a childlike fascination of the ocean ever since I was, well, a child. I owe a lot of my knowledge and fear about the ocean to PBS documentaries. There was something about exploring those deep, isolated areas with strange, futuristic technology and completely alien creatures that really roped me into whatever was happening, which was quite—
like, look at this thing, bro. Like, what in the world? Like, bro, Like, bro, what in the world, bro? Like, we would, bro. Like, bro, you see this motherfucker? Like, this nigga look crazy. What, like, bro? Imagine what else they got in the water, bro.
Quite a feat.
All right, I'm back,
For
bro.
some
I'm
reason.
back.
There's
Back.
500-year-old Greenland sharks that can live in depths over 7,000 feet and look like death itself. Then there's
Greenland
Magnapina
sharks.
squids, which,
Bro.
I mean, just look at it.
Look
Also,
at that
sperm
thing,
whale
bro. That
Magnapina
looks so
squids,
crazy.
which, I mean, just look at it.
Just looks so
Also,
crazy, bro.
sperm whale noises can potentially vibrate human beings to death. Again, how more people do not have thalassophobia, I do not know. There's all kinds of things to learn about the ocean. Marine biology, ocean topography, shipwrecks. It really is the final frontier on Earth, as they say. And there's a whole bunch of people who can teach you about it. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube about the ocean to really get invested into. From National Geographic documentaries to David Attenborough.
Bro, I really
but
wanna know, what is
unfortunately,
the deepest
as with
motherfuckers that
anything
went,
intriguing,
bro? What
there
is
is
the
also
deepest?
lots of clickbait
How deep
surrounding the
has-
deep ocean. And with clickbait
How deep have
comes
we been, bruh?
endless bullshit. There's this one pretty high production channel whose thumbnails are kind of off, but at least they sort of eventually show something similar to what's in the thumbnail. But then you have stuff like this. This statue is never seen in this video. There isn't even a mention of an underwater statue, period.
That certainly suggests that something crazy was going on. As it appears, there's a man being pulled out of a sunken ship.
Okay, that is a plane, and this is a dummy. Come on,
Bro,
man.
I do not
Gee,
care,
favorite
bro.
thing my favorite research. He's typically alive. Is filled with blatantly false information. My
Bro.
favorite part of it is just the utter
I don't
possibly
care,
of
bro.
another miracle and a creature that looks like it's straight out of a cartoon. Just how ill-equipped our bodies are for the ocean,
Thank you.
especially the deep ocean. Your sense of direction is distorted. The pressures are unlike anything on land, and of course, breathable air is non-existent.
what happened what
The
just happened to
pressures
the
are
craft?
unlike anything on land, and of course,
He got hit with
breathable
salt.
air is
Oh, he was gonna
non-distorted.
pull- he was gonna
The
suck it.
pressures are
Oh,
unlike
he was gonna
anything on
suck
land,
into the
and of
hole.
course, breathable air is
Oh.
non-existent. The
Or into the
environment is
little
simply too
crack in the
hostile
pipe.
for our
It's crazy.
biology. Underwater cave diving provides us plenty of examples of the disorienting terrors of the deep. Underwater cave diving might be one of the most horrible things ever invented by man. You know, diving in open water I find pretty frightening itself,
Diving in
but
the
at
cave,
least it
bro. Are
provides
you
you with
crazy?
plenty of escape routes.
Caves
With
are
underwater
already
cave
scary
diving,
enough.
you get to take all the claustrophobia, disorientation, darkness, and physical exhaustion of exploring
this.
regular
Look.
caves, but then just
Look.
add water. Because of this,
Bro,
cave divers must
no,
follow strict
bro.
safety protocols. There's very little room for
Oh,
error,
bro.
and intense training is required. An average of 10 cave divers out of a few thousand die every year, compared to the 1 in 15,000 recreational divers that die a year. It's so dangerous that compared to the
Damn.
1 in 15,000 cave divers out of a few thousand die every year, compared to the
Oh,
1
he said 10
people
out of a
die.
few thousand.
And then when
Okay.
people try to retrieve the
check that.
body, they also
Ah.
die. It's one of the most
Me.
dangerous activities out there. But it also quite clearly shows just how unfit we are as a species to traverse deep bodies of water.
We are
The
not built
ghostliness
for
of
that,
the
bro.
ocean I ascribe to its murkiness and effects of decay.
Bodies get wrinkly,
Water
bro.
tends to cloud your vision, produce this misty haze over anything you encounter under it. When things are left in the water,
Right.
either on haze or effects
at
of
that, bro.
decay. Water tends to cloud your vision, produce this misty haze over
Hey,
anything you
no.
encounter under it. When
No.
things are left in the water, either on purpose or by tragedy, water greatly affects its decay. Things lose their color, metal rusts, and it always seems like the water produces growth, like an
Mhm.
alien fungus
Yeah,
feeding
dude,
on
that's
whatever is
crazy.
left
Like,
behind.
that's crazy, like-
Shipwrecks are ghost ships,
It literally
literal
just builds
shells
on
of their
top of
former
it, bro.
selves.
Like, it
And if
just-
the ship had enough people on board and sunk in a hard-to-get-to location or position, the answer to, are there still bodies in there, is usually yes. Many people describe this additional fear of man-made underwater objects as submechanophobia, which sounds like a fake word, but for the reasons I just mentioned and more, I can totally understand this fear. Even a chain going down into the water and slowly fading from view as it descends can send chills up
No,
the back
bro.
and produce all kinds of images
Nah,
in the mind.
bro.
There's the rational reason that when diving
Ah.
around large man-made objects, there's always a risk of getting trapped or crushed. But there's
It's
also
so
that sense
crazy,
of eeriness.
bro.
Who did this object belong to? What was the story of how this thing got lost down here? Was it simply lost by accident?
The
Or
heck
was it
is that?
involved in something much more deadly.
Heck is that?
Shipwrecks and other man-made objects lost underwater are ghostly. On a surface level, they represent the forgotten, the dead, the decaying, a signal of danger. But on another level, underwater technology no longer serving its purpose
Like,
signifies
that is a crazy thing too, bro. Like how when the water, like, bro, you put like an object that's been underwater for a long time, bro, it can sit there, bro. And it might just have sand around it, bro. But then it got like seaweed, it got things growing off of it, bro. It make you think like, like, bro. Like, what? It just like, like, how, bro? Like, how, bro? Like, how, bro? Like, how all that junk just come on that thing, bro? Like,
humanity's failure
just the water,
to
bro.
conquer
The water
the sea.
I don't know.
We can't swim to the
Water's
depths,
just
no matter
crazy,
how
bro.
hard we try. And even if we could, we would be crushed gradually by the pressure. It's an inaccessible world, only recently made accessible by advanced and even still, delicate technology. It doesn't help that people purposefully make the depths scarier for everyone either, such as this Jason statue placed 120 feet underwater in the cold and dark pit of a water-filled iron mine, or the
What?
hundreds of creepy
How do you find that? How do you find this? What?
in the cold and dark pit of a water-filled iron mine, or the hundreds of creepy underwater statues you can find that were put there because, why not? It's hard to talk about shipwrecks in the deep ocean.
Is this real? Is this real? It's like a whole, like, what the fuck? It's like a whole base.
Without talking about the most famous deep
Ain't
shipwreck
no
of
way
them
this is
all,
real, bro.
the wreck of the RMS Titanic, rapidly disintegrating down 12,500 feet on the ocean floor. My curiosity of the Titanic must have begun when I saw the image of the very front of the sunken ship in a National Geographic magazine. This wedge jutting out of the void covered in this alien growth immediately captured my imagination. Because of the oppressive darkness, only this small section could be illuminated by the submersible taking the photo. Knowing that the rest of the ship was obscured, it was like I was staring at the fingertip of a dormant giant. Online, you can find Titanic enthusiasts,
so creepy,
deeply
bro.
passionate people who are fascinated not
That's
only
real.
with
That's so creepy because you just gotta imagine, bro. When them lights turn off, nigga, you see how dark it was on the outside, bro. Bro, you cannot. Ain't gonna be
how
able
the
to see
Titanic
nothing,
sunk,
bro.
but also with the engineering and history. You can find things like 3-hour real-time sinking animations, which at first you think you aren't going to watch the whole thing, but before you know it, you have. There's even response videos debunking Titanic sinking theories. This quite succinctly demonstrates humanity's dual relationship with the ocean. The tragedy of the Titanic and its watery grave is saddening and frightening. Thinking about the victims
real.
and about
It's
how
crazy.
even very advanced technology
This
can
is
fail
real,
us
too.
takes us down
Oh, that's little. I
existential
thought
roads.
that thing was
But there is
huge.
also that fascination with the
little,
forces
bro.
at play, the stories, the theories, the mightiness of the sea. In media, there aren't too many movies and
Bro.
games that
Is this man? Huh? Are you serious? Huh? My man is wearing underwear with a swimsuit on, bro. Like, dude, are you serious right now? Are you serious? What? Where is this? How deep is this, bro?
meaningfully present these specific feelings, but certainly one of the closest and most famous is Subnautica. Besides being an
Man.
inventive, atmospheric, and detailed
Subnautica.
underwater survival game,
This
the
is
premise
probably
itself
this is definitely the
kind of
closest to where
genius.
you gonna
when
feel
there
that.
are already thousands of sea creature
the closest
species
game
in
where
real
you gonna
life
feel
that
that
look and
feeling, yeah.
behave like aliens, making a game around someone crashing into a water-covered alien planet is not only logical and believable
know, bro.
anatomy to account for gravity, not only are the designs completely believable, but there is plenty of opportunity for uniqueness. The ocean seems like a different planet already, so just make the ocean literally on a different planet, and you don't have to push the suspension of disbelief too far. In other words, you can get
Okay.
away with a lot more. There's also the constant anxiety of the absolutely enormous monsters that one can encounter. In Earth's ocean, there are and have been creatures on a similar scale, such as the blue whale, megalodon, and my personal favorite, giant squid. But the fictional creatures often seen in images related to thalassophobia are unbelievably huge at times. So enormous that the amount of food they would have to consume
Like, my
on a
nigga,
daily
imagine
basis.
if something was like this, bro. Like yo, like yo, like yo, like yo,
To keep their
yo.
bodies moving would simply not be possible. But in Subnautica, that all changes. As a player, we don't have a complete understanding of the food chain or biology of these creatures, and so in effect, anything is possible. And when anything is possible, the unknown has even more terrible potential. Subnautica is dense with the atmosphere of the sea, the wailing of far-off creatures, the murkiness, the pressure and the depth. Oh, the
I've never
depth.
played this game,
Without
bro,
descent-
but I've seen people play it, bro. Yeah, I'll play it, but
Heading further
I
and
don't
further down the
know.
game map into more and more
I don't
unexplored
know, like,
areas,
look at
into
this, man. Look at this, man. Look, man.
more and more danger and risk. The experience
Look,
that is Subnautica
man.
would just not be the same.
Look, yeah.
In painting, we've seen seascapes, paintings of storms, of ports, of glistening ocean waves, but these mostly describe the surface. Exploring what's deeper underneath is a relatively new development, and so we've seen a lot of seascapes, but not many deep seascapes. At first you may think there's not much visual interest that can be gleaned from the deep ocean, but I assure you the potential is out there. This painting alone encapsulates a lot of what I'm talking about concerning the... And so we've seen a lot of seascapes, but not many deep seascapes. At first you may think there's not much visual interest that can be gleaned from the deep ocean, but I assure you the potential is out there. This painting alone encapsulates a lot of what I'm talking about concerning thalassophobia. This huge hole swallows nearly the entire composition. It descends to an unknowable depth. The tiny diver gives a sense of scale, but the most frightening thing is that not only is this hole vast, it exists in a landscape that is equally as vast and desolate. As much as colorful reefs are a part of the sea, so are the great stretches of watery void. This sense of void can also be demonstrated by the work of Hunter Killer on DeviantArt, whose submersion of giant machines in gaping chasms of water are a masterclass in scale and dominating compositions. Easily the most fascinating and frightening thing about the ocean is just how unknown it is. After all I've talked about...
Hold on, bro. What is this?
It makes sense that 95% of the ocean is unexplored. Our bodies are completely unable to traverse it in any meaningful way.
How much?
Is unexplored. After all I've talked about, it makes sense that 95% of the ocean is unexplored. Our bodies are completely unable to traverse it in any meaningful way, and our technology, while astonishing, is still severely limited. While we have sort of mapped the surface of the ocean to a resolution of 3 miles by sonar, these maps are not even close to the kinds of detail we have on land. Like, every time there is a dive to a really deep area, we find a new species. It's insane. The Challenger Deep, located in the Mariana Trench, is the deepest known point in the ocean at 36,200 feet. Deepest known. James Cameron, you've been to the...
Like he said, known, nigga. Known. So crazy.
Deepest place on the planet.
Crazy.
You funded and advanced deep sea technology. There's practically real aliens down there.
What the
Why
hell
the
is
hell are you
that?
working on 4 Avatar sequels? The ocean is a place that won't give up her secrets easily, but it is more than ready to be explored, and it would be nice if we keep it, you know, clean. We've got sunken World War II ships that are slowly but surely leaking pollution into the water. We got giant islands of trash, oil spills, you know,
water
bad
clean,
things.
bro.
I don't mean to get all political, but maybe, let's not needlessly waste things and dump them into bodies of water. You know, maybe we don't need all this excessive packaging. Maybe you can reuse that plastic cup you got from Taco Bell that's sitting on your desk right now. Like, once or twice, Just, you know, a suggestion. Deep sea mining. Oh boy, that sounds like it won't royally fuck up everything that's beautiful down there. Despite the sheer enormity of the ocean, there is still trash in it that can be found in nearly every part, no matter how hard it is to get to. It's really quite remarkable how much people suck. The majesty of the ocean can be appreciated in a small part by the things we see online. For someone without thalassophobia or even a hint of it, it may seem odd that a barren picture with a few shades of dark tones can produce anxiety, but it's only a reminder. Cameras can't do justice to the terror of staring into those deep, dark blues while being vulnerable in the open ocean. Without that fear, would the sea really be the same? You may have heard religious people refer to the fear of God, and this might refer to fear of divine judgment or punishment, but they might also be referring to fear as a sort of sense of respect, of awe. There are many good self-preservation reasons to fear the ocean, but there are also many good reasons to appreciate it. Once I've gotten over those initial instincts, I began to fear the ocean the same way I fear the vastness of space, as being part of something so large and mighty that I could never possibly hope to get a full understanding of it. If you're a good swimmer, you may find yourself separated from the pack in a part of the sea others have strayed away from. You may look down and see the depths, descend beneath the water and hover there like
look at that, dude.
You may look down.
Just look how this shit just slopes down, bro. Like, that is just crazy, yo.
Down and see the depths, descend beneath the water and hover there like a balloon in the sky. The true soul of the ocean is around you. All you have to do is look out.
Bro. 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 What is this? There's something right here, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. Hell nah, bro. You would never ever catch me out in the water by myself, nigga. Hell no, nigga.